Hello everyone and welcome back to Conquering the Frontier here on the New Frontier map with Artemus. We are starting out by our new dairy farm. Our grass dryer has been working hard overnight and we have around 70,000 liters of the hay ready to go. So when we get some cows later, we have plenty for them. But today we have quite a few fields ready for harvesting. So we are gonna have to step up our harvesting capacity. So we are gonna be getting a second harvester. We're just gonna get the same one as we have for now. We also need a fair bit bigger trailer for all the grain we're gonna get. Let's check out. Yes, we have plenty of hay here. So 76,000 from working overnight, so that's not too bad. Should scale nicely with our dairy production here. So first things, we are gonna be jumping in our fence, drop off our loading wagon, and then we are heading on over to the store to pick up a new harvester and trailer. We're just dropping off our loading wagon over here and we can rush on down to the store. Here we are, brand new trailer, 29,000 liter capacity, just shy of 30,000. It's the 7, I think it's called. Very nice trailer this, and then identical harvester to the one we already have. So I can hop in the fence, hook up to the trailer, take it back while Artemus makes his way in the combine. We can go grab our own combine. I'm not entirely sure what field we are starting with, so I think we're good to just park pretty central here. Harvester acquired. We are starting with our canola field. Oh yes, the identical twins. Artemus is fired up, so we are gonna follow along. Here we go. I believe this is the first harvest in this field. So we'll get it done, and I will see you then. That's the first field all harvested. Now I believe we decided to call this the long field after all, as it has yet to receive a name. We can see the total of canola we have. Looks to be around 21,000, maybe close to 22,000. 21,300. Not too bad from one field's harvest. So next up are the couple of fields that make a Veterans Park. We have oats in this field first section we're gonna harvest, and then we have barley in the other. We're gonna park up our harvesters here and run the canola back to our silo. And we're gonna continue on with the harvest, getting the 2 sections of Veterans Park all harvested up. That's Veterans Park all harvested up. Almost had enough space in our small trailer, but we have 800 liters left. We're just gonna have to take back to the silo in our harvester here. Dropped off direct deposit style. And we had a nice bit of yield from our barley as well. So it's all looking good. Next up we have the wheat in Creekside. But first up we are gonna have to get the grain deposited into our silo. Looks like Artemus is taking our truck and small trailer with the oats. So we're just gonna get the harvester set up here. And then we can jump back and get the vent. Just shy of 22,000 liters of barley. So far we are doing pretty decent in terms of yields. And of course different crops yield different amounts. But I think we're doing pretty well. So it looks like Artemus is just coming back for his harvester. We're gonna get this dropped off and then get it lined up for our wheat. So we ran out of space in our silo here, so we have just bought a silo extension and that has doubled our capacity. Yes, with the yields this year we are gonna have to think about upgrading our silo here, but for now we have the extension, so it should be good to do some more harvesting. So Artemus is just taking our trailer over to Creekside. We'll hop in with him. Now we are moving on to harvesting, and that is gonna wrap up the harvest for now. We only have our sorghum field left, and that's gonna be later. So on to Creekside harvest. I'll see you when that's done. And that is all the harvesting done for now. Just have the sorghum in the last section of Veterans Park to go. We have some nice yields out of this wheat field. We'll hang around for Artemus to finish up unloading as well to see the total number. This trailer investment was a very good one and at the right time, I would say. Really needed this for this harvest, and it would have taken absolutely forever with just one harvester. But there we have it, 24,700 out of this one. So yeah, Creekside yielding well, and of course wheat is a very high yielding crop, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Since this is the first time moving the harvester since we extended our sheds, I think we need to figure out a new place to put them, and I think the far side there is equipment, so I think harvesters will have to go in this new side. Yeah, looks like Artemus is fueling up, so I think that might be a good idea. We are almost running out of fuel on this one. Harvester fueled up, ready for next time. So Artemus has picked on this bay in the shed, and I think since both harvesters will be out in force, I think we should park this one in front, leaving the other side of the bay clear for any other equipment or vehicles. There we go. Wheat is going in the silo. Hopefully we have enough space this time around. Looks like Artemus is taking some planks long over to our house. He's gonna take care of that. We are gonna run the fence and our new trailer down to the dairy farm, as we're gonna need the trailer to get some hay to our cows for once we get them. And then Artemus is gonna pick us up in the truck, and we're gonna buy our animal transport and go buy our cows. Here we go. That is ready to load up some hay. We would use our forage wagon, but it is unfortunately too tall to get in there. And right on cue, there's Artemus. So we are gonna head by the store, buy our animal transport, and we're gonna be bringing back a load of cows. Here's a new animal trailer. It should be attached to our pickup here. Very nice. We can carry 10 cows each trip. I don't think we have settled on how many we are gonna get to start out with. But we are gonna go ahead and get our first 10 and bring them back to the farm. We are on our way back with the cows. We end up having to swap over to the fence, as the trailer was a bit too heavy for our truck. But the fence got the job done. We will carefully back the trailer into our pasture and release the cows. And there they are, our first 10 cows, enjoying the shade from the tree and laying in this big pasture here. We have some more trips to do, so we'll quickly get that done. There we go, 40 more cows bought, and the pasture is looking quite good. So we bought 18-month Holstein cows. We have 50 in total, and they are all with calf. So in a few months they'll give birth and will be ready to produce milk. So for now we just need to give them hay. We are here in the fence. Have a trailer of hay loaded up. And in there it goes. So that should keep them happy for now, and then once they have given birth to the calves and are producing milk, we will switch over to feeding TMR, and they also have the meadow to graze on. And that is all for today. Long day, got a lot harvested, and we finally have some dairy cows. So next time we will have to move on to getting the straw collected. Don't think our sorghum, which is our final field, will be ready, but we will see. So if you enjoyed today's episode, leave a like and leave a comment if you have any tips, tricks or suggestions. Make sure to check out Artemus' channel, link will be down in the description. And make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the next episode of Conquering the Frontier.